Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. The last lecture we ended with the rules of administration of the drugs, and we know common routes of administrations are actually systemic and non-systemic. And out of systemic, enteral, which means related to GIT, for example, oral through mouth, sublingual under the tongue, and rectal through or rectal canal. Then the parenteral means other than the GIT, usually subcutaneous, intramuscular, intravenous, etc. Then the inhalational also through lungs, we can get systemic effects, for example, through anesthetics. Then transdermal through skin, we can also get systemic effects through this route also, and we usually use nitroglycerin-like drugs, and so many insecticide poisoning may occur through skin also. As far as the topical or non-systemic are concerned, usually these are for the local effects only. For example, in the form of eye drops or ear drops, or on the skin, we may apply some ointment or some cream, etc. And through lungs also. Through inhaler, when we are using the drugs, actually we don't want to produce some systemic effects as we have seen in general static. Here we only want the effects should restrict to the lungs or the bronchi only through aerosol. Similarly, for local effects only in the anal canal, or for local effects only into the vagina, etc. Now, sublingual, other name we can also call it buccal route also. Here actually you see the drug is kept under the tongue, and from here the molecules of the drug, they get absorbed and going directly into the systemic circulation. Liver is not coming in this way, so no metabolism occur. So all the drugs which is absorbed, it unmetabolized going into systemic circulation as such, like this. Now, as far as the oral is concerned, the drug is taken orally through the esophagus. It is entering into the stomach. From the stomach, it is going through intestine into the portal circulation. From portal circulation, it is going into the liver. Here, obviously, metabolism starts of these drugs, which is entering in through portal circulation into the liver. How much metabolism occurs, that will vary from drug to drug according to a specific structure, as we have been discussing it. From very little to excessive metabolism may occur, and from here the drug molecule, both metabolized or unmetabolized, which still not got metabolized, both will enter into systemic circulation. As far as rectal is concerned, through rectum, usually here the drug is absorbed from rectal side. From the lower 50% of the drug may go directly into systemic circulation, while the upper part, the drug molecule go through the portal again to the liver, which will be metabolized, and both metabolized and unmetabolized part will go into systemic circulation. Here, then as we have seen, the drug is going into systemic circulation. From systemic circulation, the drug will be distributed throughout the body. Here are some other routes, here also subcutaneous, etc. Intramuscular first of all, then intravenous, and transdermal or subcutaneous. All are entering into systemic circulation. And then as I've said, from systemic circulation, the drug is distributed all other body along the blood circulation. Transdermal patch, one of the example. It can be applied on any side, but especially on those sides where we think that the subcutaneous fats are comparatively less. They can be applied on the back of your hand or on the side wall of the chest, etc. In this way, drug diffuses from transdermal reservoir into subcutaneous tissues. Subcutaneous, as we have seen in the previous slide also, injection is given and the drugs molecules are just kept into the subcutaneous tissue. From here, actually, the drug molecules are being absorbed into the circulation. From here, it is going into the systemic circulation. They are like that. When we apply transdermal patch, the important thing is in this way actually, because usually here the molecules are present in the form of layers. Immediately in contact with the skin, molecule will be released from that layer and will be absorbed. Then the next, and the next, and the next, and go on. So there is usually a constant absorption or constant levels are maintained of the drug molecule with the transdermal patch. For example, I have just told you nitroglycerin. You come across this with this example in your physiology. Where this drug was used? Yes, in angina pectoris. So to relieve the pain of angina, if the frequency of pain is repeatedly coming again and again and the patient is very much disturbed, so at that time sublingual nitroglycerin may not be working. For how many times the patient may be taking sublingually? So obviously in such cases we want the effect of nitroglycerin should be sustained or should be maintained for some time. So the patient should be free of such attacks which are coming repeatedly. So for that purpose, we have seen that transdermal patch is quite useful. Intravenous, we have seen this is the direct injection of IV and this is the through IV infusion. Again, here whatever the drug amount is present into the syringe or into this bag, 100% of the drug is going inside the circulation. So here 100%, if we want to give the drug 100% to the patient, we may opt for this route of administration. Intramuscular, here also again almost 100% because few of the molecules may remain into the muscular tissue. But even then we say almost 100% drug going into systemic circulation. Inhalational, through inhaler, for example here in case of general static or for bronchial asthma. As I have told you, in bronchial asthma, drug may remain locally in the lung tissue and very little will go into systemic circulation because the concentration of the drug amount used through inhaler is very, very less. It is only sufficient for the local effects only for the lungs or for the bronchi. Very, very little amount is absorbed and will go into systemic circulation. Otherwise, if it is used for general static, obviously we are using in such a large amount of general static, it will go through lungs into circulation and from systemic circulation, it will enter into the brain and will produce effects. Here, as I've told you, again, almost 100% drug molecules through lungs of the general static are going into systemic circulation and to the brain. और ये पूरा कॉलम बन जाता है here from here lungs blood to brain. Usually absorption through alveoli here. I have told you in the last lecture, usually only single layer is there, single layer of alveoli and single layer of there's arterioles and the capillaries, etc. So drug molecule can easily get absorbed. Now, factors affecting membrane crossing. Remember, I have told you membranes were of two types. They were present at the level of absorption and now at the level of distribution also. Absorption जहाँ भी है, तो oral route अगर दें तो GIT की membranes हैं. इंट्रामस्कुलर इंजेक्शन दें तो वॉल्स के जो हैं वो सबक्यूटेनियस है, तभी ब्लड वेसल वॉल्स के जो हैं वो मेम्ब्रेन एंड लाइक दैट. ट्रांसडर्मल पैच अगेन पूरी स्किन के लेयर्स के मेम्ब्रेन मौजूद हैं, और इवन इनहेलेशनल भी रूट भी इस्तेमाल करके देखा, कोई भी रूट दें, दरमियान में कहीं के मेम्ब्रेन आते हैं. But after absorption, when the drug molecules are distributed, again membranes are present at the level of the organ or the tissue also. इन तमाम फैक्टर्स एक जैसी हैं, ठीक है. And the most important ones are these only few. हम डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे later on. First one is the solubility, lipid solubility. Remember, only those drugs which are lipid soluble will easily cross the bilipid membrane present both the absorption and the distribution side. So first is the solubility, and out of solubility, lipid solubility will easily cross the membrane, while water soluble cannot cross the membrane easily. So जो lipid soluble है, they are better absorbed, better distributed, while जो water soluble होंगे, they are less absorbed, less distributed. Second most important factor is the degree of ionization. कौन सा आयन मौजूद है मॉलिक्यूल पर? Here remember this thing. Unionized molecule is lipid soluble, will be better absorbed, will easily cross the membrane, and not only better absorbed but at the same time better distributed also. Example हमने दी थी आपको, शायद भूल गए हूँ. I repeat it. For Parkinsonism, we were using levodopa because that was not unionized, that can easily cross membrane. While its active metabolite dopamine was ionized, so that is why that was unable to cross the blood barrier. It cannot be distributed into the brain. So दो चीजें हो गई, lipid soluble easily cross, unionized easily cross. Obviously smaller size easily can cross the membrane, larger size को मुश्किल पेश आती है. Proper blood flow. More is the proper blood flow of the tissue, whether at the site of absorption or at the site of distribution, molecule will be easily crossed. ठीक है, ये आगे जाकर एक्सप्लेन करेंगे जब इनको डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. Obviously surface area available, ठीक है, जितना surface available है उतनी easily जगह मौजूद है, they can easily cross the membrane. For example, from the jejunum आपने देखा होगा, विलाय की अगर टोटल लेंथ देखी जाए तो इतनी लंबी है. सिमिलरली एल्वेलाई, उसमें भी फोल्ड्स पड़े होते हैं, उनका भी अगर आप स्ट्रेट करें तो बड़े लंबे आपके. सो लार्ज सरफेस एरिया में ड्रग्स आर बेटर अब्सॉर्ब्ड. नाउ ड्रग एब्सॉर्प्शन, हमने बात की थी कि ड्रग्स आर एब्सॉर्ब्ड आइदर थ्रू ओरल और थ्रू अदर साइट्स एंड एंटर इनटू द ब्लड. वो रीजनल भी हो सकता है, पोर्टल सर्कुलेशन के लिए, और सिस्टमिक सर्कुलेशन, किसी भी जरिए से ड्रग इज एब्सॉर्ब्ड. तो एब्सॉर्प्शन क्या होगी कि आफ्टर परमेटिंग द मेम्ब्रेन इट इज द पैसेज ऑफ ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल इनटू द ब्लड स्ट्रीम फ्रॉम इट्स साइट ऑफ एप्लीकेशन. तो मैंने पहले भी कहा था कि ब्लड में ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल के जाने का नाम एब्सॉर्प्शन. इट्स जस्ट सेम एज वी हैव सीन द एब्सॉर्प्शन इन केस ऑफ physiology, absorption of carbohydrates or protein or fats, etc., water. So here also drug molecules means absorption means of drug molecule enters into the blood, का वो regional है, local है या systemic है. Usually what we have seen, they permeate and then absorbed. Permeation occurs in this way. ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल यहाँ से दाखिल हुए, दरम्यान में जो लेयर जितने भी आए इनके क्रॉस करते गए और हत्ता के इट एंटर्स इनटू द ब्लड एंड देन दी. सो परमिएशन इज द मूवमेंट ऑफ द ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल अक्रॉस द ब्लड बॉडी मेम्ब्रेन. ऑब्वियसली मेन थिंग इज डिपेंडिंग ऑन लिपिड सॉल्युबिलिटी और डिग्री ऑफ आयनाइजेशन एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा एंड अदर फैक्टर्स आल्सो. लोकल ब्लड फ्लो क्या है, सरफेस एरिया कितना अवेलेबल है. सो परमिएशन इज द एबिलिटी टू move the drug molecule from the site of application to the blood. ये मूवमेंट की सलाहियत का नाम परमिएशन का. Similarly, solubility, it is the ability of the drug molecule to diffuse through the membranes to cross the lipid bilayer membrane. वो कैपेबिलिटी. परमेबिलिटी मूवमेंट है, solubility ability है. ठीक है. We know from the knowledge of physiology there are so many processes involved for the permeation of the molecules. सबसे important one is the diffusion, whether passive are active. So means from concentration gradient we know from higher to lower concentration they are passing. ठीक है, ये फर्क सिर्फ ये होगा कि लिपिड सॉल्युबल का इज क्रॉस द मेम्ब्रेन इट्स अ बाइलिपिड लेयर है, लिपिड मेम्ब्रेन, वाइल वाटर सॉल्युबल कैन नॉट क्रॉस, वो सिर्फ अपने वाटर चैनल जो एक्वापोर्स हैं ओनली थ्रू दोज चैनल्स दे विल पास. ठीक है. वाइल इन केस ऑफ एक्टिव डिफ्यूजन वी नो एनर्जी डिपेंडेंट प्रोसेस है, फ्रॉम लोअर टू हायर भी जा सकते हैं. ठीक है. यूजुअली पैसिव होती है फ्रॉम हायर टू लोअर, जबकि ये अगेंस्ट दी कंसर्न ग्रेडियंट भी जा सकते हैं एक्टिव डिफ्यूजन में. एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट इज इन्वॉल्व. फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन, हम फैसिलिटेट कर रहे हैं उसकी मूवमेंट को कि ड्रग क्रॉसिस मेम्ब्रेन बाय ए नॉन एनर्जी डिपेंडेंट ट्रांसपोर्ट कैरियर. ठीक. एक्टिव में एनर्जी डिपेंडेंट था, फैसिलिटेटेड में नॉन एनर्जी डिपेंडेंट ट्रांसपोर्ट कैरियर्स होते हैं, वो कैरी करके उसको ले जाते हैं. एंटीसाइटोसिस में ये लार्ज साइज मालिक्यूल मूवमेंट करते हैं, हेपरिन वगैरह हुई या बाकी मालिक्यूल बड़े लार्ज साइज, तो वो क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते. यूजुअली थ्रू एंडोसाइटोसिस ड्रग मालिक्यूल्स आर एनगल्फ्ड बाय द सेल मेम्ब्रेन और फिर अंदर जाते हैं, फिर ये मिल जाता है, फिर उसके बाद ये क्रॉस करके आगे जाके इसको ड्रॉप कर देते हैं अदर साइड. ब्लड बैरियर में हमें मालूम है कि यूजुअली इट्स वेरी टाइट मेम्ब्रेन. ठीक है. इसमें से यूजुअली बड़ा मुश्किल होता है पास करना. ठीक है. ओनली हाईली लिपिड सॉल्युबल ड्रग कैन क्रॉस द ब्लड बैरियर. अगर पैरासॉल्युबल डिफ्यूजन मुमकिन हो तो थोड़ी बहुत वही जो है कैन क्रॉस, अदरवाइज लेकिन मेनली ये नहीं करते, ओनली लिपिड सॉल्युबल ड्रग क्रॉस. हाईली लिपिड सॉल्युबल ज़्यादा क्रॉस करते हैं. और यहाँ पे एक टोटका बन जाता है कि ऑल दोज ड्रग्स विच एक्ट ऑन ब्रेन और ऑब्वियसली हाईली लिपिड सॉल्युबल हैं, तो क्रॉस करेंगे तभी ब्रेन में करेंगे, वरना कैसे करेंगे. एनेस्थेटिक है हाईली लिपिड सॉल्युबल, एल्कोहल है हाईली लिपिड सॉल्युबल, ओपियाइड्स हाईली लिपिड सॉल्युबल, बार्बिचुरेट्स हाईली लिपिड सॉल्युबल एंड सो ऑन.